So in case you were wondering, let's unpack intuition, how to access your own intuitive abilities, and what it means when I call myself intuitive, and how it can guide you through different decisions, especially when you're feeling completely stuck or not sure which way to go. So I describe myself often as highly intuitive. And people will say to me, does that mean you're psychic? And I'm not psychic in the context of how most people understand that word, which is somebody who sits and tells the future. I don't do that. But I know wholeheartedly and believe wholeheartedly that not just me, but we are all connected to something beyond what we can see. You can call it God, energy, source, universe, whatever it is. It's non-denominational and it unites us all. It's this common thread. And we have access to this unseen energy, source, whatever it is that you want to say. And it's there to guide us. It's there to help us. It's there to support us. It's there throughout our entire journey. I have sensed this since being a very, very young child. I would say to my mom from a very early age, how am I in here? And she would say, I don't know what you mean. And I would say, like, how am I me and how are you? We're the same, but we're in different bodies. Like how? So I always could attune that there was this sort of energy and that we were all having this spiritual experience in a human body. So moving through that, you have to really understand that your intuition is there as your helper, as your guide, as your source to point you in different directions. Now, how do we access intuition? So accessing intuition requires us to, one, adopt some form of stillness. It doesn't mean you have to be like meditating multiple times a day and sitting, in an upright position and all these rules. Intuition is there always, even in chaotic moments. It's really a matter of quieting our own mind and getting back into our bodies and really kind of just even thinking about the way we're breathing. And then you want to use it when you are contemplating something, when you are not sure of which action to take or what direction to go in. So you might sit with this and then allow your body to tell you. Your body is deeply intuitive, your own physical body. So often somebody will say something like, is it a full body yes, or is it a full body no? Now for me, it does not come through ever as a full body yes. I sometimes just have a maybe. But this is how I know my intuition is guiding me in a certain direction. It's because when I sit with a question and I think to myself, I could try that or I could do that. And there is no sense of fear. And actually the feeling that washes over me is a very calming, soothing, warm sensation. That's when I know that that is the direction I need to move in. If it feels tense, rigid, if I'm clinging to an outcome, if I'm only doing it to get a certain thing, a certain, let's say it's, I'll do this because it will make X amount of money or something like that, then usually that's not my intuition at play. My mind is too involved. I'm using too much logic, too much reasoning. So if you're somebody who really lives in your mind and you're very cerebral and pragmatic and you make lists of pros and cons and all the things, then this will be new for you, right? This will be very different. So really at first, just get comfortable with this idea of, can you just even believe and trust that there is so much more beyond what we can see? And then once you sort of play with that idea, can you just sit with a question and ask for guidance and just stay open and stay available and just see what starts to present and what starts to come through in your day? So for example, starting this series, in case you were wondering, was a complete intuitive download. I have no attachment to anything that can be monetized right now. I'm not doing it to gain a huge following. I'm not doing it to yield a book deal. Now, if things result or come that way, that's beyond why I'm doing it. That is something that will present and I will decide at that time how to move through it. But the download came through and it basically just said this: share your process. Pull back the veil, let people in, allow yourself to be seen so in return, people can see their own potential light and abilities and how to express those in different ways. So I took the cue. The download felt really good. I didn't feel tense. I didn't say, no. If there was any resistance, I could work through it, release and welcome. Remember the video I did on faith over fear? And then I just step into it. Now I'm not saying to myself, okay, is it going to do this? Am I going to do that? If this reaches 3 people and those 3 people hear my words. And as a result, those are the exact words they needed to hear in that exact moment. And then they go and do something that elicits an action, and that action has a ripple effect. And then the action after that has another ripple effect. Then I have shown up in the way that I am meant to show up. So I'm not attached to an outcome. I'm not thinking about anything other than what is the message I need to share? What are the words I need to share? And hoping that those words land where they need to land, and trusting that the person who needs to hear it will find it. So play with this. If it feels really uncomfortable, it's okay. Just really sit with this idea that we are in this space where there is seen and unseen, and we can balance those 2 things out, and that this unseen space is really yummy. It's really there to support us. It's really there to guide us. It's a relationship. So just like any relationship, you have to build trust. You have to get to know it. You have to cultivate communication with it. And the more you do that, it starts to say, okay, I'll open up a little more to you. I'll show you a little more. And that's exactly what's happened. So at this point in my life, yes, I am highly intuitive. When I'm working with clients, I am constantly getting hit with things and messages, and I know exactly how to help them and guide them, and I know how to meet them where they're at. Not because I'm special. It's simply because I am available for those things to come through. So let me know how it goes. But remember, our intuition is always there to help us out.